Hello, YouTube. Oh, that was it. That was my original jingle. Boop a doop a doop boop boop boop. Hi, welcome back to Two Pastors and a Podcast. Boop a doop a doop boop boop boop.
I could not have been worse.
Oh, come on. Give me a break.
It's a great
Season
start.
2.
Great start to season 2. Great start. All right, I can hear you.
Can we hear you?
We'll find out in a second. Yes,
Yay.
we're here.
We did it. Do we look funny?
Welcome to season 2.
Yay.
Two Pastors and a Podcast. We are back.
Boop a doop a doop boop boop boop.
It's been, whatever. Here we are. Here we are.
Hello.
We made it to year 2.
We made it to 2026.
We did.
How'd we do
Oh,
that?
I'm so glad I changed chairs. I'm so glad I changed chairs. I
do feel a little short.
I was gonna do a church chair because I thought it's season 2. We gotta change things up.
Change something.
And I sat in it and I felt short and exposed.
Yeah.
And now I don't.
Well, good.
I'm glad I'm here.
Good. I don't mind.
You don't.
I'll be
mind.
short.
There you
I
are.
am always short.
There you are.
Changed my fidget toy. That's what I changed.
So we've been spending some time today working through ideas for what season 2 is going to look like because we really haven't had time to sit down at all and talk about anything other than Christmas and the disappointments of the whole season of Advent and Christmas. But then also it's just been rest and vacation and stuff. So here we are. What's season 2 going to look like? I don't know.
We'll see.
Some elements are the same, but we're trying to add some things that might be more whimsical or engaging or
funny.
something like that. Yeah.
Enjoyable.
So when more people get
All
on,
things.
they won't.
They might.
We got to rebuild our audience.
We didn't
again.
tell anybody that we were taking
No.
a break
It's-
or that we were coming back.
Ooh, when did we?
It was like before Thanksgiving.
No, we did
are
one
you
in December.
sure?
Yeah, because the tree was behind me. The tree was behind me and
I don't remember that.
Look, I'm going to go back.
That's fine.
I'm going to go back on our... Well, it's been over a month, so they're probably not there anymore. If they're gone, it's been more than 30... They're gone. It's been more than 30 days.
It's been a while.
That's a good song.
Lucky for you, I'm not on Facebook. I'm on YouTube.
Oh. Oh, yeah, they don't do that yet. Oh, if they do that, it's going to be a sad day. I want to...
Okay. No, it wasn't the tree. It was the...
No, the tree was behind me.
It was... No. It was the... I got to turn my brain on today. It was the...
Christmas skit.
Yep.
Oh, we were in the middle. We had the puppet thing behind us.
Yeah, but I don't think that was... When was that? Nope, that was 2
That
months ago. Just kidding.
Okay. So, that was at our last... Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter. This is the segment of season 2 show of 2 geriatrics trying to remember when our last podcast was.
It's been a minute.
Our segment's finished. This has been our segment
We're done.
of showing our age.
All done.
Anyway, we've done a lot of get to know your pastor things. Yes. And I think
and I'm running out of questions.
There's still things we can kind of get to know each other over the weeks ahead. I do want to encourage everyone. I mean, I'm serious when I say it's ask us anything.
Oh yeah.
So if you see, and it can be anything from theology to a Bible text to just something about us. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. Please ask.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to just share.
I think we've only ever gotten one question.
Yeah.
In the year that we've done this.
Yeah, and maybe we've gotten 2 and I've forgotten.
No, there was 2. There was one about conspiracy theories. I do remember that. Aliens. I remember that one.
Someone asked about aliens?
Yeah, I think Isaiah did.
I think...
Oh, here we go. Get to know your pastor.
I think if there are aliens, I think they are. There are. That they were made by God.
Did Jesus die for them too?
Yes. Well, God and Jesus entered all of creation and redeems all of creation.
Is it per planet or is it one time and you're good?
We're not Mormon.
Ayo!
That's how you start a season.
Ayo!
That's how you.
Here we go.
That's how you start a season. That's how you start a season. I do want to highlight this year for season 2. Maybe not every week because I don't want it to get all yellow and the white spots. But for today, Dawn Bonebreak got me a new fidget at Christmas time. This crocheted mushroom popper. And I can't remember the name of the person who is local that makes them. But for every once in a while, this is my new fidget. You'll see me kind of holding in my hand.
What are you going to name it?
Fidget.
You are so creative. What's your chat GPT's name? Chat.
It's true.
What's your fidget's name? Fidget.
Fidget. Yeah. So anyway, here he is. This fidget. You can't see him. You can't see him super well, but this is fidget. Super cute, super soft. My kids were playing with fidget the other day, or on Sunday. So anyway, highlight. We're also going to be setting up. I don't know. We're going to find little knickknacks to put on our table.
Just so that we can fidget with
more things. Just so we can fidget with more things. We got to figure out one thing. It's almost like an ornament that you get every year for Christmas. So maybe at the beginning of each season or half season or whatever, we get a new thing to commemorate the last one. So if
no flowers.
You could sum up.
No flowers.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I'm here.
I can't do flowers. They kill me.
Literally.
If you could,
yes.
How would you sum up the last year? Not in church.
In general?
On the podcast.
Oh, on the podcast. Okay. On the podcast. It has been a learning curve.
Okay. How so?
Well, we learned that we do better in short spurts.
What do you mean? Short spurts? We're an hour every week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It can't be longer than an hour because then we just go off the hinges.
I know. I do like to just talk.
Which is fine, but people start dropping off. So
that's right.
I have learned a lot about my pastor.
Anything that stands out to you?
You are very cynical, no matter how often you say you're not.
Oh, I am. It's the most positive thing I'm going to say today.
And so to say that, I'm glad that we're done with the Get to Know Your Pastor segment because I feel like such a downer every time I ask a question.
No, that's not cynical. I'm just depressed a lot.
Yeah, you can't help that. I just feel like you need Fidget to have arms and give you a hug.
This past year, outside of the podcast, has been it's felt like an existential crisis for me. Like everything in my mind has been second guessing everything about me as a human being, as a pastor, as a dad, as a husband. So there's been a lot of in honesty here. A lot of those times you'd ask questions, I felt like I wasn't very human and didn't matter very much. So some of those cynical answers were really genuinely depressed. My life doesn't matter kind of answers. That's just reality.
So I'm glad we're done with that.
But I am cynical. It's just when I don't feel like I matter, even to myself.
Yeah.
Take cynicism times 12.
Depression, yay.
Yep, there we are.
Yay.
So that's
But
here we've been.
In all of that, I do think it's been fun to ask the silly questions that most people don't think about asking. Like, what's your favorite weird food combo? Those kinds of things. I do actually think that my favorite question that I asked you was your favorite stories of the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
Because you weren't sad about that.
I wasn't
question.
sad about. Yeah, looking back, there's the times you
there's
asked a
a
question, you were
trend.
genuinely excited about my answer, and I was like, okay, here's the thing. It's like, oh no.
Every time I was just like, well, I tried.
That's right.
This is why I waited until the time to pick a question
That's
came.
fair. That's fair.
What is his mood going to be?
Don't get your hopes up.
What's your favorite part, Ben, of the podcast?
I think overall, just after I kind of recognized that I talk too much.
Oh. What?
I did. I was like, wait, you're not listening to her. I mean, I was, but then I'd respond, I'd do that ADHD thing where I would go right back down my tunnel again because I can't ever get out of the tunnel. And then once I kind of noticed that, I'd watch back on something. I'd be like, dude, you never really actually responded to her. It wasn't that I didn't want to or that I wasn't actively listening. So I became more self-aware. So to answer your question now, not about me, about you, about the podcast, was once I finally started actually listening and responding to you and engaging with you, that's when the podcast started to feel like two pastors in a podcast and not Pastor Josh talking while Pastor Caitlin says,
Right. Yeah. Cool. I don't know if you noticed, but when you made that change, you'd ask me a question. They'd be like, deer in the headlights. Be like, oh, I have to talk now.
I know. Because, I mean, listen, I talk all the time. I don't need to talk. I mean, listen, I talk to you on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
And that's it. No, you talk to people on Wednesdays.
And on Wednesday evenings. Most of the time, though, I'm stuck talking in my own head. And if you lived in my head,
it's not a happy place.
So I just get going. I get so happy to talk to certain people that I just get going.
It's like a golden retriever. You're excited for some attention and you just can't stop wagging the tail.
Yes. Yes, that's how it is.
I bet you've never been compared to a golden retriever, have you?
Maybe of all the things I've been compared to, that might be the nicest thing.
Oh, well, good. That's the one compliment you get this year. That's it.
We started off the year.
Hang on to that one.
So maybe that's our bobblehead. We get a golden retriever bobblehead.
Ooh, that would be cute.
Ooh, we should get... Okay, on the Nicky Knacks. Twice a year. We should get one little thing for each of us that goes on the table that represents each one of us and what we've experienced.
You get mine, I'll get yours.
Ooh. I'm going to find... If you've seen on Roblox, there's a game that's really popular right now called 99 Nights in whatever. Mm-hmm. There's this deer out in the woods that chases you at night. It's got big old eyes. It's kind of creepy. It's super tall.
If you compare me to that deer.
I'm going to get you that deer.
Why?
You said deer in headlights.
Oh, my goodness.
So I'm going to find that. I need to find that.
You just called me creepy.
I know.
Thank you.
Well... No, it's just funny looking. So
I am funny looking. That's fine.
Take it how you want. Listen, you said you were going to get mine. I'm going to get yours. Okay. I don't care if you like it or not.
That's fine.
It's my interpretation. I am Van Gogh here.
All right. So that's what we'll do.
I can get you deer in headlight.
Next time. I will find something. It might be a golden retriever. It might not be. We'll see. I'm going to do some searching. I got some ideas.
you don't have to. It doesn't have to be a golden retriever. But it doesn't have to be deer in headlights, but it would be pretty funny to have that there. To commemorate the time that Caitlin was like, oh, no, I actually have to talk on our podcast.
Speak.
Here we are.
That was, I will say, when we first started, and you were like, we're going to do a podcast. It was just like, we're going to do a podcast.
Welcome to ADHD.
Okay. And you're like, yeah, and you're going to be my co-host. So I was like, oh, okay.
Don't act like you weren't excited.
I love talking, Josh.
I mean, that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
I'm getting hot now.
That's what we're doing.
Oh, man. We brought the heater in here. No, okay. Anyway, so we're going to
we figured out some cool things, by the way. Our church HVAC system is Garbo, hot Garbo.
Yeah.
And someday, when our church, is healthy financially in all corners, we will have an HVAC system that works well. But for now, we learn in here, it's either really hot or it's really cold. And so we found a little secret. If we put our space heater behind here, I got this little table cover.
Tootsies
it
are warm.
captures all the heat under the table. It's very toasty.
But now I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Premenopause.
We go. Speaking of, I think Carrie.
Oh, no. Just stop it. Stop right now. You're good.
Welcome to season 2.
Coffin. Your token is a coffin.
That's fair.
All right. So we're not necessarily going to do get to know your pastor anymore.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out what it's going to be. We thought, what are we thinking right now?
I think what we're thinking is, because Josh and I are online too much, we are going to find like memes or videos that we find interesting that have to do with God or the Bible or
just
Christianity or even anything. It could be something silly. I don't care. And we're going to maybe do a live reaction and see how we'll see how
it's
that
our
goes.
reaction segment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see how, and our reaction will tell you everything you need to know about us.
Yeah. So we'll have our reaction segment. We'll have a Ask Us Anything segment. And then we'll have an opportunity to continue through just kind of overview.
Yeah.
We're still going to continue the Old Testament kind of survey into the New Testament kind of thing.
I think it's nice, like, since we are doing the core series now, if we like briefly go over, it's kind of like a funnel, you know?
Yeah.
Or in the podcast, we're just briefly going over all these stories.
Off the cuff thoughts.
Yeah, making some connections.
You talked about it on Sunday during your speech thing.
I blacked out. I don't remember what I said.
That I just really like talking through Scripture.
Oh, yes.
I don't necessarily, I mean, I love studying it. And so you'll see me with Logos open a lot or reading a commentary or whatever. I like that. Learn things that there's no way I would know without a scholar.
Yeah.
But I genuinely like just reading Scripture and talking about it. So that's what kind of the Old Testament thing is. Just lets you hear my heart when I approach Scripture and read
without
Scripture.
a lot of study, because we do a lot of study outside of that.
I mean, I think it's important to know for people that pastors start with the same questions that everyone else does. It's not like I read a text and in my brain I'm like, well, there's 45 commentaries that come to mind that help me understand this. Sometimes you read it and you're like, this is my initial gut reaction of this. Sometimes that gut reaction is really wrong.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've read a passage and thought, ooh, I'm preaching on this, and I know exactly what I'm going to say. But I'm faithful, so I'll always go back to commentaries, and then I'll read like 2, and I'll be like,
Wrong.
that's not what the passage says. I got to start all over, and then I'm sad.
But then we have our mugs that says, I can do all things.
Through Christ.
With a scripture taken out of
I
context.
can do all things through Scripture taken out of
We
context.
try not to do that, though. So.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So we'll still do that. So definitely, as you're watching, we get to that Ask Us Anything, saying, I really mean that.
Yeah.
Whatever
Any
you want to ask.
question.
It's fine. It'll be fun to just engage. But mainly, there's a element here of wanting to engage with the everyday, want to engage with the things that everyone else engages with. We need that viral moment. That's...
I don't know. I don't make reels. You know what we need?
Oh, yeah.
We need a Gen Z social media guru.
Hey, we're hiring.
We're hiring.
We need an editor.
$1 an hour.
Yes, that would take certain clips that you think are really good and make them look even better.
Yeah.
And then post those on shorts and reels.
Because we're not going to do that.
No. No. It takes everything in me. I've tried to do the thing where I take a freeze frame from a service and I'll make a little infographic of like a quote from that sermon. It's been 10 years. I've made 2.
Oh,
I just
that
don't
is
have.
Great.
I don't have once my Sunday's done, I'm done with Sunday.
I feel like it's a weird bit of creativity that people have to enjoy to do online social media stuff. Because you don't realize how much work it takes to do that until you try to do that and you're just like, ugh. Like I made a reel one time of Nerf and nachos And even just sticking the pictures in so that they would change on beat. And I was just like, this is dumb. I'm never doing this again.
It's like hanging drywall.
Yeah.
And
Did
painting
not like
a house. It's horrible.
I mean, it was a cute video, but it was like 10 seconds.
So much effort. So I don't really envy the influencers.
I know.
Their entire life, we make fun of them. Everyone makes fun of influencers, which is kind of silly, but we do. And because they always have their cameras out with them. And they do that. But they spend hours watching all those videos all over again and cutting them and putting them.
I'm tired of my own face by then.
Oh my goodness. There are whole industries now, like companies. It's shady. It's going to be shady. But it's like you start to get monetized and they'll contact you and be like, hey, we'll be your essentially agent. We'll do all your social media stuff. You just do the content. You give us 20% of everything that you make.
Yep.
I'll do that for you.
I won't.
I'll take 20% of their cut. I just won't edit it. I'll just post it with a flashy title. It'll be great. It'll be great. Guaranteed results. Guaranteed results. Guaranteed. So anyway, no reactions today. Nothing like that. What I thought I'd start with today, and I'll do this on Wednesday. I'll do this on Sunday. But it'd be nice to start here. So this Sunday, the church, led by Missy, decided to throw me kind of a surprise, which did turn out to be a surprise.
It was such a good surprise.
Lots of surprise elements.
Yeah.
Celebrating my finishing 10 years as pastor at Harbor, with a little reception, cake and nuts and banana pudding and punch and my mom and my dad and my brother Mike were here, and my best friend Jason was here, and another very, very good friend Corbin was here with his whole family. And that was really meaningful. It was nice to have them here to celebrate that day. And then there was some recordings from people and messages from some Lake City people that are deeply meaningful to me. To hear from Austin was a lot. I was one of those lip quivering moments. Krista was on there. Lynn, obviously extension of Jade and their family. Took me back to some really good years. And in a time where I was, especially with the stuff happening in the world, felt meaningless and hopeless. Just needed that fresh reminder from them that not every year in ministry is in vain. So I needed that, a breath of fresh air, the community around me, and a church that just loved me that day. So to start, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the thoughtfulness, for the cards. I've always told Missy, part of the tension we've had over the years is, when we think about doing good things for people, we think, well, it's got to be something really grounded. It's not going to mean anything. I've always really meant it when I said, just being with people. That's what matters to me. So you have a potluck. Who'd have thought just eating together would mean so? Yeah, that's all. Like I don't need money. I don't thank you. I mean, it's helped. Don't get me wrong. It's been a tough year. But it's not me looking for things.
Right.
I just love spending time with people. And so that was what that was. It was nothing crazy. It was cake and nuts and punch. But watching the people that I've come to love and had the privilege of being their shepherd and caregiver for 10 years or 5 years or a year or 6 months, watching them just eat cake and laugh and spend time together, that means the world to me.
Yeah.
And to know that was for me, it tells you that people have taken the time to get to know me.
Yeah.
That those things are what matter to me. So thank you for that. Thank you for the cake. Thank you for the banana pudding. I did go off keto for a couple of days because my diet does not supersede love and generosity.
Hey, talk about growth.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm back on keto now.
Of course.
Had steak and eggs for breakfast. It was the worst thing. I'm not a steak eater, but I needed protein. So So thank you. Thank you for the cards. Thank you for the cake. Thank you for all of it. Thank you for getting Dave Bartley here. It's not often you get to call a district superintendent Darth Vader.
Twice.
Super awesome to be able to do that. But it was very thoughtful. And for a 10-year journey that has been a very trying, wild ride.
Yeah.
And not always, and sometimes more often than not, harder than like joyful. Yeah. It's a testament to God's grace and God's sustaining power and provision, but it's also a testament to you who have not given up on me, but also come to a point where I think at least starting to love me for who I am and not for who you think a pastor should be. And that spoke a lot to me. So I'm very grateful. My heart was full on Sunday. I was walking around. My best friend Jason, he lives on the west side of Bloomington area, and he runs a roofing construction company. He owns that company. And so I was able to walk him to the other side. I was like, if there's anyone that I would love to use to finish this side, it would be you. So he's praying about, whether God's leading him down that path to be the person to do that job. But man, I would love for Jason to do that job. Anyway, it was a good day. But I remember as I was doing that, I was telling him, I said, I don't know, I just feel drained, like from my head to my toes. Yeah. I felt all of it kind of leave my body with that like hangover kind of feeling. And people were still here, and I was like, I am exhausted.
Just take a nap on the pews. Nobody will care. It's fine.
But I had gone through so much emotion.
Yeah.
I was so excited about the core series.
Yep.
And doing the felt board. And you got to see something that you've never seen before.
Not in a long time, anyway.
Not in a long time. I think, so one, thank you. Thank you so much. And I don't mean that quickly or, dismiss it. Thank you so much for loving me Sunday. It's going to take me time to find my footing as a person again. I think it's good to take a week's vacation before that. Yeah. To get some perspective. So it's going to take me some time to live in this new reality. This is who we are, and it's for me too. It's not. So that was a really cool moment and a much needed moment. That might not make sense to a lot of people. It's my podcast to say what I want.
You're just listeners.
But anyway, season 2. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much.
Yeah.
It to make it 10 years might not seem like a lot. To me, it's a lot. I've always I remember interning at Middletown Church of the Nazarene in Middletown, Indiana, just outside of Anderson, little tiny town. And Phil Rogers was the pastor over there. And Brad Burrow was the youth pastor. And Marty Ballard was, I think, a discipleship pastor. I can't remember what his. Jill Waltz.
Hi, Jill.
Was the children's pastor there. Shout out to Jill. You taught me what children's ministry should look like and how to love on a children's pastor. So.
You taught me how to be a children's pastor.
You should send her a message today and say, hey, by the way, my pastor said thank you to you today. But anyway, I got to see a church in a very small town. It was wildly healthy. And they moved chairs in and out of a fellowship hall every week because they didn't have they were building their new sanctuary at the time. And it was the coolest church I've ever been to. Numbers don't matter to me. Health matters. But I mean, when you're a town of like really tiny town and your church is bigger than your town, it says something about you.
Yeah.
So Phil was there. At that point, when I went there in 2004, I think. He had been there 26 years.
Yeah.
He only just, I don't know, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I can't remember. He only just recently retired. Now he's pastoring a small church, or at least he was. He must have been there almost 40 years by the time he retired from Middletown. I remember ministry or interning under him. He was so excited because they had Jill Waltz, and Jill Waltz is literally the queen of children's ministry.
Yeah.
There's no Energizer Bunny. It's not a real thing until you meet Jill.
Yeah.
And there's just something that ticks in her. There's a love for ministry. And so that always meant for Phil, even though he was like the pastor that defied all the odds in a small town, he has a big church, he has staff, and he's been there a long time.
Yeah.
At that point, the average tenure for a pastor is 3 to 3.5
Yeah.
years. He never got people thinking they were going to be a pastor someday, a senior pastor someday. Mm-hmm. He always got children's pastors, and they always went to Jill. Yeah. She's so excited the year. I remember him saying, "Jill, I got one this year. He's mine this year." So I got to watch him for a while, and it's who I learned why I say Pastor Josh, and even if I had a doctorate someday, it would still be Pastor Josh. It stuck. He said, "I won't let them call me that. I've earned it. Yes, I've earned that respect. I've earned that, but everyone needs a pastor." Yeah, and that really stuck with me. But I found myself leaving saying, man, when I minister somewhere, I hope that's me someday. I hope I get to do that. I don't know if God has 26 or 40 years in store for me in Crawfordsville. Who can say? Yeah. But to get to 10 made me feel like I learned enough from Phil to make it 10. Yeah. And I made it 10. And I'm really proud of that. Yeah. I'm proud of that. And I want to say that because sometimes I don't say things because I don't want people to take it the wrong way. I'm proud of it because there were lots of times when I wanted to leave. Mm-hmm. Maybe should have. But I stuck with it and stuck with the Lord and stayed in prayer. And I'm proud of myself for making it and not giving up. And so that recognition on Sunday was really, really sweet and kind. So thank you very much for that.
It was, Missy did all of it. She I can't even, she organized it and put it all together and stuff. But last week when we were talking and stuff, I can tell the impact that you've had, particularly on her, because she wanted it so badly for you to feel loved and appreciated. And so it was good to see it come to fruition. And she kept saying, I'm sorry, I'm throwing you under the bus, Missy. She kept saying, I just don't want anybody to be mad. I just want it to go well and all these things. And so I told her afterwards that I thought it went well. I was really proud of all the work that she did to bring it all together. And it was fun. It was fun. I had fun on Sunday.
It was a great day. It was a great day. Yeah.
I will say that when I was struggling between, like, do I say something? Do I just let it be for what it is? But I will say that in connection to the podcast, being able to just talk with you about the Bible, even for the last year, but like even before then, I wish I could tally up how many hours you and I just talk.
That wouldn't be healthy.
It would not be healthy.
Cool. Something need to go unsaid.
But I will say that what I think I said, I blacked out. I don't remember what I said. But what I think I said is that those have been my favorite memories with you I haven't been here 10 years, but over the past 4-ish. Yeah, that sounds about right. Just talking and seeing your love for the Bible and for your people has been so inspiring, and it drives me to want to be better for the kids even, and for the church, even, like, no matter where God calls us, if we're stayed here, if I move somewhere else, I don't know what's going to happen ever, but it's been inspiring to me. So I want to say congratulations on 10 years.
Thanks.
It's been a long 10 years. I've only been here for 4 of them, so.
It's probably been a longer 4 years than 10 years.
I don't know. I say 4 years, and I was like, that doesn't feel right, but it is.
It's crazy. It's crazy. When I think about, we've been in this building for 7.5. Yeah. And there are so many of you that are I mean, there are not a lot that's been here for 10 years. You know, so I was always taught in, I think Ron Doughton taught this in Olivet. He said, you know, it's never a question of if people leave your church. It's always a when. Whether it's moving or attrition or whatever it is, there's always going to be loss.
Right.
And so as a church, you always have to be renewing and growing. And I don't mean church growth. They just always got to be growing. You know, we've suffered our own amounts of attrition, you know, people leaving for whatever grievance here or there. We've had people move away. We've had people die that we loved. And so, you know, when you look at the church over the past 10 years, you see a congregation of people that, you know, it's like, if you've reached year 4, you're kind of a veteran.
Yeah.
I think that's actually pretty cool here to think. You know, you come in, you're like, well, Pastor, I've only been here 2 years. I think Billy said that. Sorry, Billy. Billy said this in Pizza Hut. She's like, well, it's almost 3 years. I've only been here 3 years. I'm like, you're a veteran at this church. At Harbor Church, for 3 years, you're a veteran.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, don't look at your time here and be like, I'm still new. We're all new.
Yeah.
Like in the life of a church, you know, for not a church plant, the cool thing about Harbor is if you come in brand new, you're not that far behind.
Yep.
You're not. I mean, there's some that have been here, you know, even before it was Harbor, you know, when we restarted back in, you know, 10 years ago. And kind of revitalize ourselves. Some have been here a long time in this Nazarene setting. But you're not that far behind.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool thing.
Yeah.
Feels like, I think some people have said recently, I come in on Sunday, I'm like, what? Where am I? Is it? I don't know some people.
Yeah.
This is like a whole new church. You're absolutely right. It's the coolest thing about Harbor is if there's ever a time to come to a church where you wanted to feel like you're going to be a part of laying a foundation, you felt like God was calling you to be a part of that, this is the place to be.
Yeah.
We're all finding our way, and it's a really cool moment in the life of the church. So 4 years, hey, you're a pro.
It feels like it.
You're a pro. Well, we got enough experience over the past 4 years to, you know.
I think I blamed my gray hair on being a pastor.
You know, now who's being cynical now?
And that's me getting old.
Yes.
Or maybe my mentor's just rubbing bad influence.
Bad aura.
No, bad vibes.
Bad vibes.
No.
There are days.
There are days.
There are days. I'm okay to admit it. There are days when I've come into your office and been like, I'm going to go home.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home today.
That's a good decision.
It's just, you need to get some work done and not hate life. So I'm just going to go home.
No, I don't hate life. I think that even seeing the vulnerable side of pastors, which I was a pastor's kid. I've seen the vulnerable side my whole life. But even being a little bit a part of going through the mud of ministry, you realize how important it is if you have the opportunity to not be alone.
Yeah.
At least having somebody that you can talk to about things and work through things with, because you can't just I'm sure in your 10 years of ministry you've learned this. I've learned this in the 4. You can't bottle things up and expect to be okay.
I've said recently, I can never go back to being the pastor of a church with no staff.
Yeah.
Looking back on the years of being alone, I don't like being alone on a Wednesday all day long. I love spending time with people, and that's been probably, especially the past 2 years with you here on staff, that's what's brought me the most life, is knowing that a couple of days a week, I'm going to come in, and some days were hard conversations. But there are a lot of just, I'm not alone.
Yeah.
I get to dream about ministry and
Yeah.
talk about ministry and talk about the church and talk about responses and talk about theology. And that's life-giving to me. I'm not made to be alone.
Yeah.
I need rest sometimes, like yesterday. I need rest.
Yeah.
But I'm not a pastor that can pastor alone.
Yeah.
I'll do a lot of heavy lifting. I have broad shoulders, and I can carry a lot of weight, and I do carry a lot of weight. And I'm happy to say that, not arrogant. It's just who I am. But I can't carry that by myself. It's too disheartening, especially in the hard times. So I would say my favorite, as hard, and the past 4 years have been really, really hard. Really, really hard. Working with you has been the greatest joy of my 10 years. So take that for what it's worth. I genuinely mean that. Doing ministry with you it keeps me going.
I think that God has a way of knowing, at least I'm sure he does, because he's God. He's God. I mean, come on. But just to know, like, what I needed from a mentor, what you needed in this church.
Yeah.
The puzzle pieces that he just puts together, not even puzzle pieces even, it's like a tapestry.
Yeah.
Like you look on the other side and you're just like, what is happening? Like, why are you, and then he flips it around and you're just like, oh, okay, I get it now, and that's kind of how I feel about you and your family and us being brought here. Like there are just some things that I don't think that I would have been able to do and still be in ministry. Like it could have very easily chewed me up and spit me out. Very easily.
Yeah, it started out that way.
And so, but being able to see that there is something greater that we can do when God puts us like together in like ministry teams or just the support that you can do things that are extremely, extremely difficult, and you can heal from things that are really hard. Like I think probably one of the greatest things that you've taught me is that I don't have to do things alone. Like it's safe. It's okay to open up and be vulnerable, which I mean, I don't know if anybody knows that about me, but I'm not like a super open person. But being able, even if it's just to you, just opening up to you, like, thank you for being a safe person. I think the whole congregation can agree with that. Like, you are a safe person to talk to. You are somebody who, even if you don't want to, you give good advice. You give good.
I don't like to.
I know you don't, but
I'll get blamed when they don't like it.
No, but you do give good, solid biblical advice, and you always point us to Jesus. So,
okay. Yeah.
From my heart, from the congregation's heart, congratulations on 10 years. Let's go for another 10.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But while you were talking, I couldn't help but think, oftentimes, we can even talk about Moses here, because we've been going through the Old Testament a little bit. I think often when we think about when God's calling us somewhere, or we're moving churches, or we're looking for a church, or we're in a church and we're looking at what's happening in the church and where the holes are, where am I feeling led to go, and all those things. Most of the time, I think we start with that. What do I need? God, what's this gonna do for me? Or we start with obligation.
Yeah.
When we serve at a church, while you were talking, I couldn't help but think, like, you said it this way, and I thought it was so good. Is like, okay, God knew what you needed, and so God put you in a place, and this tapestry. You don't quite know why.
Yeah.
And time happens, and then it's like you take a step back and you can see the tapestry and say, "Oh yeah, I knew God knew what I needed, and this is why God brought me here." That's only half. And I want to make sure this is just here. And you said it so well, you just didn't realize you said it, I don't think, the way well, anyway. But the other half of that was God knew what someone else needed.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you see the tapestry, you're seeing not just what God did for you, but you're also seeing if you can allow yourself to say it. Because it's hard to say because we're kind of taught in our society not to say things like this. You can, and I know that you can and trust that you can. Look and say, but I know why God brought me here for Josh.
Mm-hmm.
You can find every moment. And I know why God brought me here for this person or for that person, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say, if you found the place where you're looking back and you're saying, I know why God brought me here. This is what I needed. That's only half.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you've ever thought, I can see who God brought me here for.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the end, like, God wants to use all of us.
Yeah.
So I think that's such a good way to put it. Because, yeah, God did bring you here, your family here, for me and my family.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I can say it. And I can feel it of, like, I know exactly where I've been able to grow and even find some healing because of God bringing you here.
Mm-hmm.
And that means that, like, for everyone, you're part of that, not for me, for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not just I need it.
Mm-hmm.
It's also God saying, there's someone here that needs you.
Yeah.
And so when we talk about children's ministry or youth ministry, and that's our primary focus as a church, is ministry to those groups and their families. If you're here, this isn't just about getting what you need.
Mm-hmm.
God's brought you to Harbor because someone else needs you.
Yeah.
And someday you're going to be able to take a step back and look at that tapestry and say, oh, I know who. And I can tell you why.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for being faithful. We didn't know it was going to be like that. Thought I was pretty healthy until I met you.
What?
So we've been going through. Let's see, where are we at? It's been a bit. We're at 46 minutes.
Okay.
So just briefly,
Yeah.
we've been going through the Old Testament a little bit, and we're going through the core series, which I would encourage you, read the story of Noah this week. It's chapter 4, verse 17 through midway through chapter 6, I think. But anyway, we're going to talk about that on Wednesday. We're going through the Old Testament together. We've been going through this kind of Exodus story because we wanted to help you read it simply and help you understand a little bit better. And this kind of downward spiral, God brings them out of Egypt. He's trying to form a people, and we just get in our own way all the time.
The cycle.
And so I think we've been in the wilderness a little bit. But as you were talking, this passage stood out to me.
Okay.
And so if we go to verse 18, or chapter 18, verse
18
18
of
Exodus, chapter 18.
Okay.
And all the stuff leading up to this, I think the last time we talked, it's been so long, geriatrics have to remember.
I
think we
would
talked
like it
about
to be known that you are 10 years older than me. I just need that needs to be known. I'm not geriatric yet. I just have white hair.
Same generation.
Continue.
Okay. I think we talked.
Elder.
Elder. Thank you. I think we talked about, in the wilderness, people complain. We just complain.
Yep.
But God's forming a people. You get to chapter 18.
Yeah.
And Moses is doing everything. Yeah, I mean, he's doing everything. Everyone's bugging Moses all the time.
Poor Moses.
Bringing Moses all the little things, like, who's salting the driveway?
Right.
Moses.
So
we need to salt the driveway.
He's
Moses,
like the president of the nation, but also president of the HOA.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good way to say it. Yeah, he's like monitoring everything. Everyone's bringing every pesky thing to, hey, someone took a piece of corn out of my field. And it's all everything. He's dealing with all of it. And Moses, being that broad-shouldered, God called me, I got to lead the people. He's doing it all. He's just working and working and working. And then Jethro, his father-in-law. Sometimes we forget that Moses has his whole family with him. the people from Midian, the people he brought with him. He's never been alone.
Mm-hmm.
Brings his whole. Jethro's looking at him, the elder. He's like,
"What are you doing, man?
What? You're gonna kill yourself."
He probably would have.
You're gonna kill yourself. You
Yeah.
can't handle all this work. Why
Yeah.
are you doing all of this work? There are people around you.
Mm-hmm.
These are God's people. They're all here. Get some people to do the work. So what does he say? He says, what does he start? Verse 10. Jethro said, Blessed be the Lord who has delivered you from the Egyptians and from Pharaoh. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods because he delivered the people from the Egyptians when they dealt arrogantly with him. And Jethro's Moses' father-in-law, okay, that's not where he said it.
Down at 15.
Verse 15?
Yep. 15 through like 20.
Oh, yeah, there we go. We'll just read from verse 13. Yep. So he makes the offering. The next day Moses sat as judge for the people while the people stood around him from morning until evening. When Moses' father-in-law saw all that he was doing for the people, he said, What is this that you are doing for the people? Why do you sit alone? All the people stand around you from morning until evening. Moses said to his father-in-law, Because the people come to me to inquire of God. When they have a dispute, they come to me, and I decide between one person and another, and I make known to them the statutes and instructions of God. Moses' father-in-law said to him, That's a good thing to do. Let's pause. That's a good thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
It's not like Moses is doing anything wrong.
Right.
He's doing all the right things. Jethro said, What you're doing is not good. This is not a good thing that you are doing right now. I kind of hear it stop doing that.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
I imagine this is what I hear. If I'm going to put it in Josh terms, stop being stupid.
Don't share this video with the kids. It's not child appropriate.
S
word has been used. Yeah, that's kind of how I view it.
Yeah.
But I love how he phrases it. He doesn't say, this is not smart. Because Moses is doing good things. He says, this is not good.
Yeah.
That's weird to take, but he's not wrong.
Yeah.
He says, what you're doing is not good. You're going to wear yourself out. And here's what he says. You and these people with you, you're going to wear out.
Yeah.
For the task is too heavy for you. You cannot do it alone. Now listen to me. I will give you counsel, and God be with you. You should represent the people before God, and you should bring their cases before God. Be their priest, kind of a thing. Teach them the statutes and instructions, and make known to them the way they are to go and the things they are to do. Okay, sounds like a pastor. You should also look for able men among all the people who fear God. Okay, I love this, by the way. Here's the litmus test.
Yeah.
Fear God, trustworthy, hate dishonest gain. Set them up as officers over all the people. Now, it goes on and on and on. I like a couple of things Jethro said. You can't do this alone. You are not alone. You can't do it alone. So there are people who are able that can do this work for the people. Mm-hmm. So God's calling them, and that's what they need. They need that because God's called them to that, and it's for them. But those people need them to do that. That's for them.
Yep.
And it freed Moses up to do that. I also liked how it's when you go through life alone, or when you even approach your church in a solitary kind of individualistic way, where it's just, I just need me, and I'll do this, and I'll do this by myself, and I'll never share anything. You don't just wear yourself out. You wear everyone else out around you.
Yeah.
But as you were talking, I thought about Jethro. And it's not just about what you need. It's about what they need too.
Yeah.
God's bringing all of us together for each other to keep each other from being wore out. So Marilyn has been coming here for a while. I love Marilyn. I do owe Marilyn a big apology. She'll get it on Sunday. She'll be like, apology for what? Because I didn't take a vacation.
Yeah.
And she's been my like every 8 weeks. And even though I went ahead and I mapped out my vacations for the next year, they're probably not every 8 weeks. I probably need to get it approved.
Marilyn, we need your stamp of approval.
Yeah, that's not wrong. But like she told me back in the beginning of October.
Yeah.
She was like, it's time. I was like, well, there's no time between now. I'll try it fall break. That's too late.
Yeah.
I was like, well, but that's the earliest. Fall break rolls around. I didn't take a vacation. And then God was using her.
Yeah.
Because God knew what was coming. And I just didn't listen. I did the Josh thing. I got broad shoulders. I got things to do. I got people depending on me. I got to get this done. I got to do this thing, whatever this thing is. I got to do it. And then I don't. And then I'm utterly exhausted.
Yeah.
Utterly exhausted. Did it again.
Yeah.
I did not just not go in 8 weeks. I didn't go since the end of June until this last week.
Yep.
Or 2 weeks ago. Week and a half ago, whatever. That's not the church's fault. That's my fault because I decided to be Moses. So Marilyn came here probably because Marilyn needed something. And as time's gone by, Marilyn's probably taken a step back to look at the tapestry and she can see everything, good thing that God has done for her and Brian and the family. I mean, now our whole family's here. It's crazy. It's cool. But, you know, she can probably look back and say, yeah, I know exactly why God brought me here.
Yeah.
But it might be worth saying that I know why God brought Marilyn here. Actually, I needed Marilyn to be here. Marilyn maybe needed me for a pastor or this church to be her church, but I needed Marilyn.
Yeah.
Because Marilyn's the one that I have to look at when I don't rest and think about her. And I love Marilyn a lot, and I don't want to hurt Marilyn. And I know that Marilyn cares about me, and she doesn't want me to hurt.
Yeah.
And so I need Marilyn. I've needed Marilyn for years. To be okay taking rest and to trust that that it's not just a question, it's a command.
Yeah.
I just didn't listen to it. So I owe Marilyn a big apology because I didn't let her be for me what God brought her here to be for me. My accountability. We all need that.
Yeah.
Margaret's the same way.
Yep.
I told Margaret on Sunday, I said, man, I'm so glad your church closed. I know that's so weird to say. It's the worst thing to say.
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm so glad that your church closed because, Margaret's been Margaret knows what she needed.
Yeah.
God knew what Margaret needed. And she can see on the tapestry, all the things. But I know why God brought Margaret here for me.
Yeah.
She's the person that relates with my sweet tooth. She's my accountability. But the loving accountability when I can say I'm not eating well. And she'll say, me too, Pastor. We'll figure it out together. I guess just to say your story is what all of ours should be. There are people at Harbor that God brought you here for, and it wasn't just the pastors.
Yeah.
We say that God called pastors here, and we're like, yes. What are they going to do for me? What are you going to do for them? And I don't mean work. I don't mean gifts. That's not what I mean. I just mean do you know that God's using you for them too?
Yeah.
Do you know that God's using you for someone sitting next to you in a pew? And maybe we should all hear Jethro. Yeah. Stop trying to do faith by yourself. Stop making it just about you. And start recognizing that you're there for someone else too. And let God use you that way. And then we can share the load together.
Yeah.
So
I think that's what I love about our beliefs that we have written on our website.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a reminder, what is it? Faith? No, grow, serve. Belong, serve, grow.
Belong, serve, grow.
We know that a lot of times people come in a individualistic mindset.
Yeah.
And you hear a lot of times you don't need a church secularly, which is so wrong. But when you come here, I've heard it many times from people who have only visited even once. They just feel like they belong.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the first step. You can't stop because you feel comfortable.
Yeah. You belong, but belonging is so much grander than just I feel comfortable when I come in on a Sunday.
I think one of the most prominent things that I read about, it might have been in a theology class, I don't remember, but it was saying that God calls all of us into ministry.
Yeah.
If you are in a church, you are being called into ministry. You might not be being called to be a pastor. You might be. But when you serve, you are able to grow in a way that is undeniable and unexpected.
Yep.
You asked Keith
Yep.
about preschool ministry.
Yeah.
But where were we going? Oh, serving. When God called Moses, he probably felt like he needed to do it all because God called him. I think that when you learn as a pastor to delegate to the people in your church, even if it is, this person's going to keep me accountable for taking a break.
Right.
This person's going to keep me accountable for how I eat. Even those things, you don't even realize that it's a part of ministry, but we're all interconnected. We're all trying to keep each other spiritually healthy, physically healthy. Like all of these things are really important in the life of a church.
And that's the other half of belonging.
Yeah. So belong, serve, grow, do all those things.
Yeah, and serving's where you start to see the other half.
Yeah.
Belonging, man, I hope you feel at home.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you can connect with me as a pastor, with you as a children's pastor, if you've got kids.
Mm-hmm.
To say, wow, this just feels natural.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you feel that way. Growing's where you start to see why God brought you here.
Yeah.
Beyond yourself. And I think that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see it throughout the rest of the Old Testament, though.
Yeah.
They're going to forget that.
It's okay. They'll be reminded again.
Right. You get to the Judges, and all of a sudden it's one person all over again. And what happens every time? Mm-hmm. Just cataclysm. And you'll see it with the kings. One person all over again, and you see it every time, deterioration and fallout.
I do actually think it's we don't have to talk about it now because we don't have time, but I do think it's kind of interesting. As you were reading this, I was thinking about the Israelites moving forward and how they, instead of asking for like Jethro has kind of created this council sort of idea.
Yeah.
And instead of that, they asked for one king to do it all for them.
Yeah, Jethro kind of lays out the kind of priestly office.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, the people need someone to bring their request to God and God's direction back to the people. But that's still a God-centered leadership. Mm-hmm. And now we need people supporting this and supporting the people.
Yeah.
But that's where the people say, we want to be just like everyone else.
Right.
And then everyone gets wore out.
So how does that connect to the church now?
I think the risk the church runs into is to be unaware of the demands placed in our mind that we should be like everyone else. Mm. And what I mean by that is the self-help, feed my need is the reason for existing here. Mm-hmm. That belonging is just, what do I get out of something? Mm-hmm. And I think Harbor's at its best when we start to recognize that, boy, God's blessing me and caring for me, And for some crazy reason, God's using me to bless and care for somebody else.
Yeah.
So we get tired as a congregation when we stop doing that.
Yeah.
And it's for some of us, like pastors, sometimes we got to loosen the reins a little bit because, it's like, oh, we're changing so quickly, kind of rein it in. I mean, you're in my job is to be the shepherd that provides opportunities, brings requests, and gives direction. Yeah, sometimes you got to let go of the reins and let the people belong.
Yeah.
And let God do what God wants to do. And I think that's our temptation, to just carry the heavy load.
Yeah.
But let's not be like everyone else, right?
Yeah.
Half of belonging is, you belong. The other half is, for who?
Yeah.
For who? Who are you here for? Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, end of season 2, episode 1. But again, thank you for everything. And look forward to the year ahead.
Yeah.
And you belong here. And you belong here. And I'm glad you're all here. Love you guys. See you next week. See you next week.
We'll see. Bye.
If it happens.